My name is Jim Thomas, and welcome to the Fitness Management Update. Our topic today is keys to a successful gym turnaround. Now, there's no one exhaustive list on here's everything you have to do to complete a successful gym turnaround. There's a lot of moving parts on this. What I want to do for you today is give you some bullet points of things to be looking at if you're in a situation where your gym needs a turnaround and needs to get back on track in order to save the operation. Number one is you have to know the truth. You have to know, why does your business have a problem? And I'll give you an example. We go in and do a lot of these turnarounds, and usually what the owner thinks is the problem is not what the problem is at all. What they think it is many times is, oh, we've got a low price competitors coming in and we've had to lower our rates or we can't compete against those rates. They think that's the problem. That's rarely the problem. Usually what the problem is the club does not have a defined sales process on how to properly disposition that guest into a member. That's usually where that problem is. So you have to make sure you know the truth, really what's going on. Number two, you need to sit down and map out a plan A to Z on how you're going to do this. You can't make it up as you go along. You can't fly by the seat of your pants. Next, you have to have complete financial controls. In many cases, we'll suggest, and the only thing you're going to pay is what keeps the doors open. Everything else is either going to be on hold or you're going to, renegotiate a lot of this. Make sure you have a quality gym and quality services. If your gym is run down, the air conditioner's not working, the equipment's broke, this will be difficult. Okay, make sure you have a quality gym and you're often offering quality services in your gym. Personal training, nutrition, massage. You're offering all services. You want to make sure you're focusing on growing profitable members, and certainly, selling, memberships that are at the higher end as opposed to the lower end. Make sure you're completing what I would call the second sale. So at point of sale, once they're signed up, maybe you're selling apparel, maybe you're selling personal training, you're selling nutrition, any number of things. And then also making sure that you're turning your cost centers like Group X, Nursery, Front Desk, you're turning cost centers into profit centers, and those are generating revenues for you as well. Getting all these things on track. You want to make sure that you've got engaged employees. Your employees have to be interested and have to be a part of this. If they are not positive, if there's negativity, they've got to go. Okay, you have to make sure they're engaged and they're willing to help get this business back on track. Next is you must manage the metrics. What's your closing percentage? What's your show percentage? What's your payroll percentage? What's your rent percentage, to your operating expense? Make sure you know your numbers across the board, these key performance indicators. And really, if you're doing all these things in advance, you'll never have the turnaround problem, okay? But, once you get there, these are things that you're going to have to do. And then finally, you must be having improvement in the process. And the big process initially is maybe that management process. What is that process for that manager, to run that business? What is that sales process? Make sure you know this information, make sure you have this in place, and make sure you have that discipline to stick with it. So here's some examples of important keys to a successful gym turnaround. My name is Jim Thomas, and this has been the Fitness Management Update.